Welcome back to Learn As You Explore, your go-to place for mBot2 tutorials. If you're a passionate teacher, check out the educator packs I've put together, linked in the description. You also have a free lesson pack to check out before you make a purchase. For this project, you'll want to configure your robot in this way, where you have the smart camera, the smart world gripper, as well as the ultrasonic sensor installed. In the last video, we saw how to implement an in-place turn as an exploration step before we perform pick and place. In this video, we're going to implement an exploration where the robot not just turns in place, but also moves forward and avoids obstacles at the same time, all during the exploration step. This will help the robot explore further by actually moving forward and turning when it encounters an obstacle. Once the target ball comes into the frame of the camera, we will then stop exploration and do all directions ball tracking, followed by pick and place, just like in our previous video. Before we start, let's take a moment to save our project as a new project. I'm going to name it Pick and Place Part 4 and say OK. Now that we've saved it as a new project, we can make changes here without affecting the previous one. Now, even though this project sounds a bit complex because it involves all directions ball tracking, pick and place, and exploration, and not just simple in-place turn exploration, we're going to also move forward and avoid obstacles at the same time. There seems to be a lot going on, but actually the amount of changes that you need to make is very less, and you'll see that as we build this project out. Currently, in our exploration step, when we find the ball, we will simply stop exploration and break out. This part does not change at all, it remains the same. When we haven't found a ball and we're still in the exploration step, we currently just turn left continuously, and that action of turning left continuously provides our in-place turn. So we want to replace this turn left at a certain RPM continuously with our new exploration, which will be move forward until you encounter an obstacle and turn left when you do. So let's get rid of this. Because we are now going to implement obstacle avoidance, let's check the ultrasonic sensor's distance. So we will define encountering an obstacle as whenever an obstacle is less than 20 centimeters away from the ultrasonic sensor. To implement this, let's get an if-then-else block and use that to implement your obstacle avoidance. We want to check if the distance reported by the ultrasonic sensor is less than 20. Since we want to check a less than, go to operators, grab a less than block and implement it here. The first operand is going to be the ultrasonic sensor distance reported, and the second operand is going to be 20. We can change this to 20 because that's an easy change, and then go to the ultrasonic sensor 2 category and use the ultrasonic sensor distance to object. Alright, if you remember what I just said before this, we want to turn left 90 degrees when we encounter an obstacle. And this check, if ultrasonic sensor distance is less than 20 centimeters, is the check that detects when we encounter an object. So when we encounter an object, we want to turn left 90 degrees. To perform the left turn, let's go to the mBot2 chassis category and use the turn left until done block. Now we don't want to turn 90 degrees, let's turn 45 degrees instead. So that is all that we want to do when we encounter an obstacle. When there are no obstacles, what do we want to do? We want to simply move forward as long as you don't see any obstacles in your path. To do that, go to the mBot2 chassis category and use the moves forward at a certain RPM block. I want to move slower than 50 RPM because 50 will be too fast for the smart camera to detect the ball. So I'm going to change this to 15 RPM instead. And guess what? That is all you need for this program. You've made all the changes to take just an in-place rotation that we had in our previous project, and we've added a more complex exploration pattern where the robot moves forward as long as there are no obstacles in its path and turns left 45 degrees when it does encounter an obstacle. As you can see, you've been able to build on all of the previous projects that we started off with simple pick and place. You've added exploration, added an in-place exploration, and you were able to change it to perform a more complex exploration. This is really exciting, and I'm sure you're ready to test it out on your robot. So let's upload our code first. Make sure you save your program before you upload it. Then click connect and connect your robot. Click upload code and wait for the upload to complete. Alright, it's action time. Let's go test it out on our robot. Here are some of my other videos that you may find helpful. Happy programming, and I'll see you in the next one.